Hi, beautiful explorers. Welcome and even welcome back if you're part of the tribe. This is Mystic Maze, and for today pick a card reading, we are about to see what's your style. So I know it's been a long time since I didn't publish and I really miss you, and I like to share my time with you on this channel, so thank you for being here again. And let's start with maze or pile number 1. Is clearing your space. And this is also the owl. This is for pile and maze number 2. We do have inner child, and this is the charm. We do have a turtle. This is for maze number 3, and we also have pile 3. This is connection, and we do also have as charm a beautiful cat. So dear explorer, take your own time. Also pause the video if you want to. Whenever you feel a strong connection with one pile or even more, it's the right time to click, and you will find the timestamps in the description box. So by clicking, you will find me at the beginning of your adventure. So I see you there. Bye. Hello, pile 1. Those are the items of the pile that you pick. We have the owl, and I will keep it here. And we do also have clearing your space. I will keep it in the center. So let's start about what is your style? What is the key in here? I'm feeling like you're becoming more and more essential, dear pile 1. I'm feeling like with this clearing your space is like also cleaning the kind of style that you may have. So I'm not feeling about being stylish, but also if you think of, for example, Coco Chanel, she said that the last item that you add or the last accessory, you have to remove it, you know, because sometimes it's too much. And I'm picking that you are on the same vibe of Coco Chanel. So it's like less is more. This is like the, you know, the beginning, the perception that I do have right now. And I want some clarification with oracle cards and then by tarots. So let's use some cards to see what's your style, dear pile number 1 for you. We do have this card. It's sword. And we do also have this one is calling, and we have an arrow, okay? I'm also using some oracle cards for, this is Le Vampire. It's a French deck, and it's very, wow. I want 3 of them, and those are 3, perfectly fine. So cards are speaking. We do have the call of the night, daring, adventure, and excitement. Wow. We do also have love conquers all, enduring loyalty, eternal love, and lasting commitment. And last but not least, we do have eternal youth, energy, newness, vitality. Wow. So, dear soul, I'm really feeling like your style is about to evolve. It's like a little change in here. It's like you have your own direction. And you know what? This is for me representing, this is a card where this is your mental, because swords are for hair signs. So I'm considering that as mindset. And I feel like the kind of mindset that you may have in this circumstance regarding your look and style, I'm really feeling like this dust, so the spider webs are not yours. So it's like prejudice or some kind of judgment that is around you. It's like blocking in the, you know, mindset field, so thought field. And it's like you are ready to be who you are, but I'm feeling like many pressures, you know, that are coming from outside, or maybe jealousy. So it's like entangling, you know, around this sword, and it's like avoiding that sword to be, you know, to cutting edges and to do, you know, the things that a sword do or does, you know. So I'm really feeling like this is some kind of blockages coming from external energies. It's like linked to your mental field. I'm feeling like with clearing the space, for sure you are moving. You're moving in another direction, a brand new direction, you know, where you find a lot of energies around your look, about your choice. So it's like you are using a lot of energies, and also feeling mystically, it's like you are so full of new ideas, new adventures to jump into. And I feel like you're completing your look. It's like you're exploring. This is a card of exploration during nighttime. so daring and excitement. So I feel like maybe you're watching many videos on YouTube or other, social media, or maybe you're having courses. It's like you're ready, because sometimes I feel like you have the technique and you are trying to center better what's the best look for you. And I feel like you're really trying to mix and match your things, and this is so beautiful. Also very playful if you want. I feel like this card of lasting commitment is like, I'm feeling like the way your look is turning out is going to be very beautiful, very resistant, and very, long lasting, enduring, because this is about love. So it's like you also put compassion in the way of you, accessorize yourself, and this is beautiful as well. But I feel like you only keep the things and the detail that have some kind of love meaning for you. So I don't know if you have a bracelet, a charm, or something like very specific. This is very specific for some of you. This eternal youth is like giving you vitality. So very, very many new energies coming in for you to play, for you to match, for you to, this is like a rebirth for me. It's like a changing the point of view and also the direction. With this card is representing for me something like Chariot. So Cancer vibe and energies for you to apply. And I feel like in some cases it's like you are building your own new version of yourself from the image point of view, I want also for oracle cards to define what is your style. What is your style? I feel like you're one of a kind and very unique, because I feel like with those energies it's very strong. I feel like it can be male or female, but I feel like more male-ish energies in here, even though, the figures are all women, because the deck is like that. And I feel like very introspection, and you're very willing to experiment things, to mix and match, to, less is more again. Those cards are speaking. And the back of the deck, we do have, the Queen of Wands. So very full of energy, full of ambition, full of many colors. So I feel like you have a lot of choices in your style. So I don't know how many items do you have in your wardrobe, but I feel like you have a lot right now, and you need to decide if your style and look will be essential, more basic, we're speaking about subtraction, so less is more again, or I feel like you want to do more, something like Baroque, Let's see the other cards. We have the Lovers, a lot of connection with the self-love again, with others as well. We do have another Swords, that is the Ace of Swords. It is that the right way. We do also have the Six of Swords. Wow, I told you, many prejudice, And then we have the full, the summary of those cards, of these cards is like you're full of love and compassion. So as you want to expand yourself, and equal energies are coming from your look. So I'm feeling like you can be soft and morbid also in the material and the texture that you want to for yourself, to wear. And I feel like you're very much comfortable by communicating things, but also in this case means sudden, but not very sudden. I mean, a very rushy conclusion to something. Is like you're cutting off and away the things that you don't like no more. I mean, if you think about a cycle of biological cycle of things, is like it could be that you consume the item, or is just for example, whenever you are in a situation that you do not resonate with the item, the accessory, your outfit, your usual one, it can be the mood, or it can be another brand new adventure that you are undertaking. And I feel like you're moving to something for the best. These can be also for sure the same meaning of it, but I feel like with the Six of Swords, it's like you're moving. It's not escaping, but it's like you're turning the page on something. So maybe you had your chance, you played with your look, maybe you were, maybe too abundant, and right now it's time for you to jump, to develop. And to develop also, sometimes we need to clear, to make room. And I feel like this is your turning point. Also, this is for me cleaning. So I don't know if you're decluttering your wardrobe, but or donating. Maybe you are donating with love to other people. This could be your case. I mean, as we are speaking about clothing and fashion, you know, we are speaking about look and elegance, authenticity. That's the aim of the channel. And I feel like with this brand new number 0, so the Fool, you know, very important card that is jumping. A lot of flowers again, but of elegance. Is like very etheric and is very, I know, is bringing like a lot of flamboyant, you know, energy. So I feel like you're very energetic too. I'm feeling like your style is creating some new narration of the self, and I feel like you're expressing it perfectly, no matter how many people are are trying to create obstacles, you know, trying to ruin your way. But I feel like you're perfectly on your right timing, and I feel like you're playing right now, decluttering a lot. So it's like you're recycling or just donating, and just less things but more essential and speaking for you. So showing your love and your soft side as well in your look. So this was everything for the moment. I will keep this in the middle, as this is the meaning of the owl is a lot of intuition and introspection. So I feel like this is the extra, you know, boost that you need to move all your cards that are on the table. So very intense and very beautiful. They are soul. So wish you the best, and I hope to see you super soon. Bye. Hello, pile 2. Welcome to your reading, and let's enter your maze. This is the turtle, the charm that you picked, and I will keep it in here for you to see. I hope that you do. And you also pick this card, Inner Child. This is very interesting. Also, the number 8 is expressing some kind of selfness, some kind of, you know, path that you are walking, you know, on. And I'm feeling like this is coming back to you, something like roots, authenticity, something like this is a return, but maybe is a better connection with who you were, or at least to the voice, you know, and also the taste maybe of your inner child. So it's like a playful situation, very colorful. This is like yellow, but also of gold. I feel like very interesting things. That's the vibration that I do have. So I will use, and I will start by using some oracle cards to see, because this is just the first depiction of the situation. So let's enter properly your maze. I'm also using some other oracle cards, and finally some tarots, okay? So pile number 2, what is your style? I feel like those 3 cards were calling us, you know. We have, this is not a cushion, I know the words, the pillow, okay? This is a pillow with feathers, very dreamy nighttime. We do also have, this is a lion, or it could be a mask, or even the sun. Very fire energies. And we do also have the magician. This is like the magician or the thinker for me, very interesting, with the bird, you know, on hat and eyes closed. Let's use some oracle for from Le Vampire. This is the French, this is the English edition, but originally it's French, and it's very intense. So what's your style? Pile number 2. This one is cooling. This one is cooling. And also this one. Okay. We have our 3 cards. We do also have that death will come. Wow. Mortal, finite, fragile. Wow. We do also have ancient, ancestry, Egypt. Wow. Magical inheritance. Wow. Very specific, I think. Very specific, I think. So all the cards may not resonate to everyone, because this is very specific and are also general energies of the tribe, you know. And this is nightmare. Very, you know, I was thinking about, when I found this pillow, I was thinking about nightmares or dreaming of dying or something like that, and suddenly nightmare appears. But you know what's interesting, before starting to read the other words, is like nightmare, it comes from dark it's a dark horse. All the dark in here is represented by the character, not by the mare, you know, by the horse, female horse. We'd also have psychic protection, shield, bad dreams. So I'm feeling like pile number 2, there is some sort of interference in here. So we were speaking about your look, and I feel like you have a lot of thoughts and you're very solar from the outside. I feel like during nighttime is another version of you when you rethink your things, and maybe this is a time of connecting yourself with your higher self, with inner self, and also with your inner child. So I'm feeling like this card is like a brand new opening, but it can be connected to nighttime, but also yet nightmare, but also dream, you know. The best psychic connection that you can have with yourself is like sometimes when, I don't know if it happened to you, but when we are dreaming, is like all the things, all the cards on the table that, for example, about facts that were happening on that day or that on that week are like, you know, entangling together, are mixing, and then by shuffling them you have a new version, a new story, a new perception. And I feel like sometimes that's the best solution. So the interpretation that we do have during nighttime can be very doomy, but can be very, you know, able to free us. And I feel like right now is like you're trying to connect, and it's going to be very delicate and intense, the connection, because first of all I feel like you're connecting for your look. I don't know what typical Egyptian look. I feel like maybe some metals maybe can be, I don't know if I'm feeling like about gold. That's the more explicit. Also we do see in here with those mummies, you know, emperors, I don't know how you call them in Egypt, but very, you know, pharaoh. And I feel like you're very connected to some kind of magic power that you have. So this is very specific, so only for some of you. And I feel like you're reconnecting. Maybe it's a past life, or maybe it's something like that. I'm feeling like the aim in here is just to give you an interpretation about your look, you know. But I feel like you bring some magic elements. Also, I feel like some animals can be interesting here. I feel like this is very darkish because it's about Le Vampire, but it's very, you know, it's depicted in a way that I feel like she's not suffering. This lady is very aware. Memories, you know, from the inner child, from your inner child, from your childhood, and also in your dreams and nighttime again. I feel like you want to. And also we do have the magician, you know. This is for me like the magician. So somebody who is really, you know, fine, very okay, because he knows that he has a ton of idea, a ton of thoughts, a ton of things to do, and is trying to plan very peacefully all the things, because he knows, he's convinced, is very self-awareness is another word in here, very important. I feel like you're very aware, or at least you are becoming, and this is like the first step for you, and is still entangled as we find the sun, a possible representation of the sun, while on the other side we do have the moon and the stars. So very full of many shifts, you know. And I'm feeling like with this is like, you know, your potential, you know, your intuition, and this is like also for willpower, okay? The psychic protection, the psychic power, the magical power, the willpower that you have, it's all about empowering yourself. So maybe it doesn't matter if you have bad dreams, maybe they bring you some signs about your look for a brand new renewal, or at least it's like you can take the reins of the situation, and about your wardrobe, you know, and about your appearance, magical, mystical, very the moon again. And I don't know what this is. I feel like she's not desperate, and I feel like this is awareness. We are finite, we are fragile, but if you embrace that death will come, we know, but maybe it could be metaphorical. So a brand new change, an empowerment, you know, is like you are gaining your power through a process of dreaming, of nightmare as well during nighttime. But I feel like the way you are creating your new image is going to be very strong. Wow, I want in some tarots, and we have two. We have the Nine of Cups. We have the King of Cups, very emotional as well. What's your style? Pile number 2. We have strength, empowering for sure. And this one. We have the Six of Swords. Back of the deck, we have the Pope. For sure, wow. I feel like you're creating, I don't know, you're about your age. It doesn't matter actually, but I feel like you're giving a brand new twist to your story by collecting many details and information, ideas, intuitions, you know, during nighttime, very profoundly. This is the contrary of shallow. So you're not superficial. You do not stand there. You do not belong there. It's like a lot of introspection were needed before coming to, you know, some kind of crossroad, and you choose to become, you know, lighter in many sense, lighter, you know, you're full of light and lighter because you're more serene in the approach of things. And also maybe regarding your look. So I don't know if you didn't recognize yourself from past life, or maybe you don't have your own identity, but believe me, every time you want, male or female, every kind of soul can change. Destiny is just, you know, a word. You possess the guidance for the self, and if you are aware and more aware, you will be able to create your own way in look, in career, in love, in everything you desire and you want to attract, you know. And I feel like with this Pope, it's like they're hanging out there, having a cup of tea or something. Traditions, you know, is the word in here. And I'm feeling like you want your own independence. You're moving away from some kind of situation, and you're very giving and you're very caring. So the psychic energies, the magic energies that you have and you show in this reading is like they do present themselves also in the accessory, in the kind of look that you have, very darkish for sure. I'm feeling like about nails. I'm having something about hands, nails, I don't know, charms, rings or something like that, if those are important. And maybe also in Egyptian culture, many rings, you know, many animals as charms. This could be your case, but this is very specific, as I told you. And about these bad dreams, I'm feeling like you're not in the mental field. I'm feeling there is a connection that is very of souls speaking one to another. So maybe you are surrounded by some kind of energies and you're trying to balance. This is strength card is Leo, and this is Leo too. So fire signs, you know, to complete things with, they are looking in opposite direction, you know, because this is the way they are moving away. And this is like very serene. I'll let you see the scene, you know. Those birds are coming this way to move away from something to something new, you know, the moon, for example. But this bird is ending the reading and is very secure, you know, self-secure. You want something more solar. And this is a very emotional card too, speaking about diplomacy. I feel like you're very fierce, independent, giving. And I feel like your cups and the way you are mixing your superpower, because this is a major arcana and this is a major arcana, so a lot of personality that you have piled too is like also represented in the way you are perceived with your look. So I'm feeling like you're finding new accessory, new things, rings and so on to complete your look. Maybe something that represents magic for you in the accessories. Or maybe you just rediscovered something, or you received a hint, you know, to go and buy something, and search for something, look for something, for example, you know, in the basement, in a box that you already have, maybe that were not missed, but maybe you forgot about, you know, to have it. And this is very interesting and intense. So I would like to read more, but this is, the time is up. So I thank you very much for staying with me. Very intriguing also. This is the word intriguing, but very, and also I would say with this turtle, very slow, but very steady. In the end, you will win your race, you know, regarding your look. So thank you very much for staying with me. I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope to see you very, very soon. Bye. Hello, pile number 3, dear explorer. Let's enter your maze, as this is the card you picked. Super romantic and very full of compassion, heart to heart, connecting with a bridge. So this is pure poetry. And I feel like those two protagonists are, maybe those are towers or at least buildings, you see. Very, very interesting. I love images and cards. So this is a connecting two sides, two versions, very intriguing. Let's start. by reading it. And also we'll add, this is like a charm for you that you picked the cat, very feline energies that I do perceive. We'll keep the cat in here. So let's start with some oracle cards to find more of the situation. So what's your style? Pile 3. I want just 2 and this one. Also, this one was coming out. Many cards today. Okay. Let's see together. The moon. I don't know if you see. Okay. A square on a wall or a window, as I say, or as I see. The sun, you can bet. Oh, wow. Everything is clicking today. And we also have binoculars. You know, I will keep it in here. The binoculars will be here for today. And then I'm going to use some other, those are Le Vampire French deck that I really love. Very intense, very darkish, but very precise sometimes. And this is the English edition for sure. So what's your style? 1 card, 2 card, and this is for us as well. Okay. So we have sacrifice, renunciation, offering, and letting go. Wow. We do also have free will, sovereignty, independence, and free spirit. This is so beautiful. You see the crown? This is a queen. Wow. And last but not least, we have ecstasy, yielding, rapture, bliss. Wow. Those butterflies connecting with those eyes. Very amazing. I'm intrigued. I'm mesmerized. I don't know. This is so deep. It's some kind of specific ecstasy about the eyes. So I would say the eyes are very important because in here we have the binocular. Okay. So the binocular is like looking very far from here, where only you have the right perception, the right position, you know, the right perspective to see things about your look. And this is like a recalculation. I feel like you're very ambitious, you're looking far, you're taking your decision with these binoculars. And also, if you notice, we do have all things that we have to watch. So the sun, you know, a window, and the moon. So you are using all these eyes that you have to dig deeper, to see the best version of those, you know, characteristics you may have in your look. So I feel like you're very strong, you're very potent. Pile number 3. I feel like explorer. Let me tell you, the sun and the moon is like they are just opposed, so put next to one another. And I feel like the combination with the moon and the sun that we do also, all of us have inside, mystically speaking, but also with moods, you know. I don't know if you're moody, I am sometimes, and I have the right to be as everyone else. And it's very good that you have 2 elements, because everything that is opposed to another things, you know, right, just opposite, is like completing, you know, it's like completing and perfectly matching. So for sure you have fears, you have anxiety, it's like something stressful is happening right now. But I feel like if you take the chance also regarding your look to express, you know, and to welcome the best part of your fears, it's like you can overcome them. And this is why we have free will, ecstasy, sacrifice. I feel like this is a story about your look, but also about your personality. So something great is happening in here. You are creating new things on walls. And that's the exact meaning of combining your moon, or your mood even, with the sun, you know. So fierce, courageous, this is like about fears, you know, this is like fearless. And so you have in opposition many things, but you are creating your image, you are creating your look, you are connecting things, and it's like you are drawing new borders, new occasion, new things. I feel like a lot of new things. It's like, it doesn't matter if this is a wall, it's like the energy you are bringing in, and I'm feeling pile 3, are very potent, very feminine and delicate on one side, and extra potent on the other one, you know. the sun is burning and you are burning sometimes for ecstasy as well, you know, even though you need to sacrifice something, but we are about to see something right now. For sure you have to, you know, let go of something. I feel like connection and letting go is also another game that I see in here, that we do see in here. You know, the direction is one here and one in the other row. So I feel like the two combination of connection, you know, you see how beautiful this card is. We have connection and sacrifice. Wow, beautiful. Very, very beautiful. So I'm really feeling like this sacrifice, you know, the word sacrifice is so overestimated. So I feel like for sacrifice, I feel like some people do perceive that it's something very heavy, something very not for them, and that is something very radical to do. But sometimes to sacrifice things is to avoid the things, to exclude the things, to let go, you know. And by letting go, you're creating more room. And when you have more room, you have space, enough space to connect new things that were impossible before, you know, because there were no room enough to do that. So I feel like a lot of the cluttering, cleaning, deciding, picking is like you feel free, finally free. I feel like the combination with these two is like ending with a connection from heart to heart of the self. So it's like you're reconnecting with yourself, balancing much better, and being able to see and to let other people see a new version of you. Is not a final version. Every time is the final version, but every time is not. You know, the final version also, if we are speaking about style and elegance, but also if we are speaking about, you know, the mystical developing of the self and your soul also servicing the physical temple that we do have, you know. And I feel like last but not least, this beautiful free will card. So you are a queen in ecstasy. Very beautiful. Sovereignty, independence, such a free spirit. I don't want to add more because this card is so expressive, you know. You wear your crown. And this is so potent. This is so potent. This is your moment. It's like you're empowering yourself. Free will, you know. Yes, rapture, bliss. Is like you are captured by something, and this must be something very important and very artistical. Also I'm feeling like very artistical, very emotional. I'm feeling like you have many elements. It's like you have a whole situation in front of you. You can pick what to let go, what to wear, I feel like your style is going to be a mix and match of many things, like a unique combination, because I feel like the representation of this moon and this sun is like you can control, you can handle that, and it's like what you're doing is right, what you're doing by being so independent, by connecting the things and cleaning the things that you don't want to, and being able to see without judging, but having many considerations. So what is resonating with your values, with your soul, with the things you want to communicate in the outside by your outfit, that's the question. And I feel like you're perfectly right on this path, you know. This is very specific. Pile 3, sorry. We do have the 4 of Cups. We do have, was before, this is the Knave, the Knight of, not the Page, this is the Page of Pentacles, the King of Wands on fire, the 4 of Cups, and last but not least, this card. Wow, Judgment, new eyes. This is a complete rebirth, I told you, with all the elements aligned. So what is old, I feel like is not that something old is not more necessary or usable, but I'm feeling like you are burying things that you don't want, that you don't need anymore. So it's not about old things, it's like usual things. The things you don't want, you don't want. That's the phrase I have in my mind, I have to tell you. So this is like new calling for you. And the calling you're making is like a brand new connection in life for yourself. Even though you sound conflicted, I know, but you have your eyes. So maybe you passing through many things, you know, but in here, the situation is very bluish. But I'm feeling like you are moving incessantly from one side to another, and it's like it started from somebody who is going this way, but this is like very solidity that is coming in. Yes, for sure, it's just a page, but the energies are a movement, slow movement, but you are, connecting things in the right way. Then we have a king. So a king is like the most ambitious king of wands, so very full of energies, full of sharing things and showing his heart as well, because it's like a symbol for passionate things. I feel like you're passionate about your look, passionate about your things, and it's like you are free. You feel free to be whoever you are, not only just that, but also to wear whatever you desire. And this is so empowering also for me, believe me, to read, okay? Even though there is some exclusion. So this is like, you can be bored by a situation, but okay, it's okay to get bored and confused. Sometimes this is a mental conflict inside of you. Maybe when you have to take the decision about an outfit, you're not very precise because you're not very decided. But I'm feeling like if you let go is the key. Something that is not necessary, right now. So if you create more space and if you connect the right things, even though they sound opposite, just because they are the opposite, they will serve your cause. So do not separate them, the contrary of separation. And you are in the center, and I feel like also that in here someone is very hot, because I feel like feline is very, I feel like for me is very feminine vibe that I do get, of elegance, of independence again. So I feel like also the King of Wands, so a lot of independence, heart to heart with yourself, very beautifully connecting your dots, as Steve Jobs said. And I feel like also in here something very brand new, if you overcome your fears or let them go and free yourself more and feel more free to accept yourself and to reach your bliss, because you are also very, very blessed, okay? Blessed. Wow, this was so intense. So this is everything for the moment, beautiful soul. I hope that you enjoy your maze, and I see you very soon.